So the question is how to elevate sparks, which is a very, very big question. Okay, by the way, there was big arguments about this subject matter. It's one of the most problematic like subject matters in Kabbalah.
Could you call it an explosive subject matter?
Explosive subject matter, you can say, yes. Okay, I don't want to go with you over like why it's so problematic and why it is so explosive, but I want to give it in a like nice, calm way that with the help of Hashem it will not arouse any like fireworks by anywhere, anytime, any person. So let's make it very simple, okay? There is, let's make a parable, okay? The parable is that we are snorkeling on the ocean, okay? Snorkeling on the ocean, and on the bottom of the sea there's all kinds of treasuries that fell down there from the ships that got drowned and so on and so forth. And you know, the like people that most of the people they are, or they're not going down to pick up those treasuries, or they're going down and they don't know how to come up. They get caught down there, and then there's like spiritual death. Okay? Now, what is the way to pick up those treasuries, gems, whatever, without getting yourself into danger? Okay? Obviously, first of all, you have to know how to swim. Okay? You know, you need to know how to take a deep breath and dive and hold your breath properly, and you have to practice it before you're really like going down all the way to pick up those gems. So like do a few times, just going down, coming up, doing it without really picking up anything. And it takes time. It takes time to build that strength, that qualities. And the difference between the way of the Torah and all the other spiritual ways that there is in the world, many differences, but one of the differences is that the Torah is magna umatzla, giving us protection and saving us. Okay? So someone that is doing those things just according to the Torah, without turning left and right, follows the Torah all the way, he gets protection from heaven. So even if he will get caught when he's down there, Hashem will pull him up. Okay? Unfortunately, there was many people in the history that they thought that it's so important to pick up those gems, so it's even more important than being very precise in about keeping the Torah. So they were getting loose about like certain halachot, certain things, certain issues, and sure enough, sooner or later, they got caught and they did not got saved and they died spiritually. Okay, and that's the stories that you hear about, like big rabbis that like did all kinds of terrible things. Usually, many times, it's coming from that thing. Okay, that issue. Okay, I said I won't get to the sensitive subject, but I got to that, so I'll explain a little bit more. That was like the big issue with the chapter Tzvi, Yimach Shmo. Yeah, that it became to be a pigos. Yeah, meaning he got so much enthusiasm in like picking up sparks that he got drowned, and that's like spiritual death. It means basically to go against Hashem and to do things that are not proper and so on and so forth. That's not our subject matter. We're not going to continue speaking about it right now. Maybe not. Anyhow, l'chaim l'chaim.
With the hope of heaven, we'll stay on focus.
Lemaise.
You can't go wrong with Torah. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
I want to give three simple things that everybody are doing, which is the meaning of them is basically to dive down and to pick up gems. Okay. One thing that we're discussing is fasting. Okay. Every time that the Arizal is speaking about tikkunim, fasting and so on, or giving charity that comes instead of fasting, or tani dibur, not to speak for a while, all of those different things in that direction, in different levels, different ways, the spiritual meaning of them is to come down and to pick up those gems. That's one possibility. Okay? Another possibility that everybody are doing is to do nefilat apayim. Okay, the spiritual meaning of nefilat apayim is to go down and to bring up those gems.
For those of us who are not well versed in what nefilat apayim is,
after the Amidah, after the Amidah, we have we say Vayavar Hashem al panav, right? Then there's different customs to do like this or not to do like this, just to sit down. Tachanun, right? So that's nefilat apayim.
Okay. Haven't done it in a while.
So. Okay, but when we do that, the spiritual meaning of that is that. Okay, now, as you might know, maybe you don't know, but there is a lot of arguments about it. Like, should we do it? Maybe we shouldn't do it because it's dangerous. So the Ashkenazim change the Tehillim, and the Sfaradim, they don't do the nefilat apayim, they just sit down, right? All of that is because of that like issue, okay? Because like if somebody is doing it like seriously, and he doesn't know like how to do it, he doesn't know how to dive, he doesn't know how to come up, so there is danger there. And the Zohar speaks about it in the Bet Yosef, in the commentary in the Tur speaks about it. So that's the reason that many congregations, they just skip on the whole thing and just
always.
Or just saying it so fast that you can't do anything.
Which is usually what they do.
You can't meditate anything. Anyhow, someone that is really like into those meditations and like he understands all the mechanic there, the nefilat apayim is in a certain way the most like critical part of the whole prayer. Okay, so the whole like Amidah that we spoke about before, including the Bikat Kohanim and everything, all the prayer until the nefilat apayim is like preparation that will have the strength to come down and to come up again without any danger. In a certain way.
Could we tomorrow do a very in-depth nefilat apayim, because it is my weakest part of davening, and I haven't done it for a month.
And Be'ezrat Hashem we'll speak about it. Anyhow, that's second example, okay, of picking up sparks in this mechanic of going down. Now, the most simple way of sparks, of like bringing up the sparks, is when we eat or drink. Every time we eat or drink, so by saying the brachot, Birkat HaNe'anim, and having the food or drink, this is elevating sparks. Okay? Now, excuse me. Okay? Yeah. I guess you need to know how to drink as well. So I just want to make a clarification here about that point. You okay there?
Yeah, I just drank it the wrong way.
So some people, they hear about this concept of sparks, and then they can look on the tea and look for the sparks. Where is the sparks here? Yeah? Or they eat the apple and they think that there's a spark inside of the physical apple. Okay, so it doesn't work this way. It's not like a diamond that is like inside physically. There is like a spiritual being that is related with that thing that you're eating, fruit, vegetable, tea, coffee, whatever it is that you're having, and that is related with the physical manifestation of that. So when you eat or drink, you have that physical object that is related with that spiritual being, and that by that connection, when you have that, you elevate this spark. Okay? So,
But if you want, you can imagine the sparks going up.
you can imagine the spark going up, but they're going up from where? They're not going up from the tea, from the food. It's not that. That's what I'm saying. It's not coming from the physical that you're holding. There is like, let's today with like internet, it's a good example for those things. When I like somebody is like looking in my website, kingdavidkabbalah.com, yeah, so he sees or this video now, so he sees me. So does it mean that I'm in his phone? I am in his phone? No, I'm not in his phone. There is a certain connection. Like I recorded myself, I uploaded, he's connecting himself, right? It's a whole like mechanic that, so he sees that connection. He sees like me in my phone, his phone, his computer, but it doesn't mean that I'm in, obviously, right? It's not physical. There is like a virtual connection. So the same way, but different, there is also spiritual connection. Okay? So we have those different things of food and drink and so on, and by that there is like an elevation of sparks, not from that physical dimension that we are living in. It's related. All the dimensions are parallel. It works together. Yeah, it's not coming from. I think I made my point. Okay. So all of that is one way of going down in different levels and picking up gems. Okay. There's another way that is much harder but much safer. That if a person is really, really working on himself, strong, like serious, is dedicating his life to serve Hashem, to learn Torah, to do those meditations, so on and so forth, but full extent, Hashem is charging him with light, that he becomes to be like a magnet, that those gems will be pulled out without him going down. They will be pulled out and come to him without him doing anything for that. He will just do his things, learning, praying, whatever it is that he's doing, and those treasuries will elevate to him. Okay? Again, it's much safer, much harder. So most of the people that are serving Hashem, that's what we do. We try to do both. Yeah, we try to dedicate ourselves and to get this extra strength, spiritual strength, that like to be like a magnet that is pulling those sparks from the lower realms without going down. And when it's needed, like Nefilat Apayim or fasting, whatever it is, so we do that. Okay, we do that. It's part of serving Hashem. It's part of the system.
So you were saying that we by doing food or drinks, but I thought it was all berachot. You specified on food and drinks. It's not all berachot.
It's all berachot, but specifically food and drink is more specific for that.
It's very
there is difference between the different berachot. I'm not it's not right now the subject matter like the differences between the different berachot, but you're right that every bracha have that aspect of bringing up sparks in a certain way. You can say about the same thing about every prayer, every mitzvah, like anything that we do, we are elevating sparks. Now we are learning. So the learning itself is a mitzvah that is elevating sparks also. Yeah. But those kind of things, we're not going down. We are staying up, and that like bring up whatever according to our level. Yeah. The like a big righteous person that is learning like purely and like with a lot of holiness and so on and so forth. So he can bring up a lot of sparks with his just learning. Somebody that is not so capable and his mind is going all over the place and this and that, and so he's also doing something, but obviously it's like much more minimalistic. Okay, so each one you have like many people learning together, so it's more effective, and so on. There's many details to that, but that's the principle. So Bezrat Hashem will give us the strength to do our work, bring up those sparks, bring all those gems to the crown of the king, and make Hashem happy with all what we do. Bezrat Hashem. Baruch Adonai L'olam. Amen. Amen.